Now the smart it will end. That was smart. We love Jess in that moment. In this moment, let's get into how we got to read Jess for filth. Jess, I love this blazer.
Perfect in front of too many people. That's why I will say this, and I don't care who get mad at me. I love Kirk and Rasheeda from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Okay.
That is a perfect example of a marriage going through everything, and a marriage standing every test and fighting through it and actually getting through it. And that's partnership right there. That's work. Trying to look
I feel like she was being sarcastic when she said the work at the end. I feel like she was being sarcastic.
Perfect in front of too many people. That's why I will say this, and I don't care who get mad at me. I love Kirk and Rasheeda from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Okay.
That is.
Y'all, I cannot take her seriously at all. Let me see. Were there other clips from that interview? Because that y'all know she loves to say something problematic. That was one of the things that she said, child. But I don't see that I saved any other clips from Jess's interview with Shannon. But y'all know that she's male identified. Y'all know that her chip is circa 2010. She need to upgrade her chip, as my girl Erica De Niro would say. I really do think she was being facetious. I don't think that she was being serious in this clip. Child, let me see if I can find something else from the Shannon Sharp interview, girl. What is Shannon Sharp at? Shannon the Sharp. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. I don't follow this ninja. Okay.
Your sister called you out for that, huh?
Yeah, that heifer. Yeah. Tried me real bad because she got fired.
Why you tell her?
Because she my god sister. I've been knowing this girl since I was 2 years old.
So why she tell her?
Because I fired her. She was working for me. She was my driver. Listen, I didn't even have a job opportunity for her. I created a job for this girl. Right. And oh my God, it hurt me so bad that she did that. And she claimed it hurt her so bad because I fired her. And yeah, she had children and, you know.
What she do? So why did you fire her?
I fired her because she wasn't doing her damn job. Listen, this girl, we was on the road, right? And this girl stole my wig and my car to go do something. Go meet, I don't know if it was to meet a guy or something. We in another city. Who you know? How you know somebody down here in Florida? And why would you take my wig? I'm supposed to wear that on stage tonight.
That's wild.
You can still wear it that night, but she was gonna use it that day.
I sure did wear it on stage that night. She gave it back, but she gonna come in there with some flowers. And you took my car, and then the security I had at the time, he liked that too, so he ain't even tell me.
Oh, you gotta find.
Until I woke up. Like, oh, Shay was supposed to have been back. She went to go get something for you. The whole time, no, she went to get something for her.
She got it.
Yeah.
And she probably had the wig on too.
She did. I get back my wig all smelly. I'm like, what's going on
You wore a sex wig out there on the stage?
Yeah. Somebody else sex wig. I'm like, yo, I gave it a wig after the show. Look, and you're fired. So that's it. So
okay. Why y'all had to put that girl on blast for getting a BBL? BBL, Drizzy.
Corey Holcomb. That is a comedian that I got into it with. I did a photo shoot with my son, and it went viral. I was naked. My son was not. My son had on Jordans. The only thing I had on was Jordans and socks, and he was covering me. He was covering my boobs, my private area, and he had on clothes. And I did the shoot. I posted it. It goes viral.
Right.
The next morning, I wake up to Corey Holcomb calling me a whore and, you know, a black whore, and saying that my son would be gay. And this is why a lot of our young black men are gay, because of black whores like Jess Hilarious and things like that. And he was
Do you know him?
In. I do not know. I still have not got the chance to see this man. That was the reason why I went to Wild 'N Out, to see this man.
Wow.
And you didn't, and he wasn't there that day.
No, I made the show, but I'm like, thank you, Nick. But where's Corey? He's like, oh, no, he ain't here. So why you? Because you know why I'm coming up here, Nick. Because that's why you reached out to me, because I flamed him. I was roasting him back to back 3 days straight. And that's why you reached out, Nick. You knew I wanted to see him. He said, no, but you got on the show. Thank you.
You let it go now?
Hell no, I ain't let it go. No, I didn't let it go. I mean, it wasn't even so much about him talking about me. You don't say that kind of thing about somebody's child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You just don't say stuff like that, you know? But then I realized he don't have a relationship with his mother. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a relationship with his kids. He told one of his kids, after him, he'll make another one, you know? So it's, you know, and he, the way he talks about his family, you know, something like, he has other issues, obviously, you know, very dirty person.
Right.
Yeah. Corey Holcomb.
Okay. So I remember when this happened, and I'm going to tell y'all, I don't understand it either, why she had to be naked. But I also feel like somebody said in the comments, women are always naked around their children. Like, it's not something that needs to be sexualized, in my opinion. And I do feel like, you know, people can view things however they want to view things, but what he said was completely ridiculous and out of pocket. And it doesn't make any sense. I think, you know, I've had this conversation many a time with men about what I feel like is actually soft and what they feel like is actually soft. They really don't know what the fuck they talking about. A lot of men that think, you know, anybody having a you know, any type of femininity and all of that means that, oh, that's why men aren't the way they supposed to be anymore. Last time I checked, when men are failing, it's because they don't take responsibility. It has nothing to do with femininity. Not really. Not really. It has more to do with the fact that they've been coddled. It has more to do with the fact that they don't want to take care of their responsibilities. It has more to do with them making messes and expecting women to clean it up like every woman that they deal with is a mother. Like that's more of the situation than anything, right? And I do feel like sometimes when women have children and it's just them and their sons against the world, those relationships can be covert incestuous relationships. But this picture is not enough for me to feel that way. This picture is not enough for me to feel that way at all, because I feel like they're sexualizing it, and I don't think it is sexual. I feel like women are often naked around their children. Like, it is what it is. Like, the child came out her fucking body. Okay, Corey's an asshole. Let's see. Did we see
Offset
more? Okay, this is the clip, the full clip. I think is what I wanted to see.
was doing him. He knew Cardi. He just knew that he had her. He knew she would never leave. He knew the things to do to get her back.
Buy 2 Birkins, buy 3 Birkins, buy a rose.
He might be good for like a couple weeks or a couple months, and then you back out there doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yes,
but then when she started moving on, oh, that baby couldn't take that.
Yeah.
Now, he be upset. Yeah. He be upset when even like,
now what they call him now, they call him upset.
Yeah, absolutely. he be upset.
It's not offset, it's upset. That's hilarious.
That when certain people take Cardi's side, because I think he feels like it's a side y'all not saying. Y'all ain't saying this, y'all ain't saying but we saying what you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We see you. And then we also hear Cardi tells us everything.
Everything.
That's what I said. She don't even need to be up here. She tell us everything anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everything, you know, like, and we see and we see she also loves you.
Right.
And she loved you through a lot of things that you put her through too.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, Cardi's a lover. We obviously know that. And so, you know, she just wanted to be happy, and she tried to make that happen several times, but it don't always work out like that. Can
social media ruin a relationship?
Hell yeah. Yes, it can, because then you don't live for the other person anymore. You start living for the validation of others. You know what I mean? You start trying to pay attention to, you start trying to fit the mold of other people who
what they think
you don't even know what they got going on. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to please too many people, and you're trying to look perfect in front of too many people. That's why I will say this, and I don't care who get mad at me, I love Kirk and Rasheeda from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Okay.
That is a perfect example of a marriage going through everything, and a marriage standing every test and fighting through it. And
it has not stood every test. The marriage has not stood every test. If the marriage was really strong enough to stand a real test would have been a separation where Rasheeda was out there doing whatever the fuck she wanted to do publicly, and we saw it. That would be a real test if Rasheeda was out there fucking with some woman, and it would, because, you know, I don't believe she would be fucking with some man. But if Rasheeda was out there and had her somebody, and it was public while she was separated but still married to Kirk, after we didn't saw Kirk after years and years and years disrespecting her on Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, it ain't no real sign. And another thing is that, have y'all not seen that? Whenever these men use your grandparents as an example of the relationship they want, that's usually a relationship where a woman has just submitted and acquiesced to being mistreated so that they can say, oh, and we still together. That's not good, y'all. That's not good. It's quality over quantity, my nigga. It's quality over quantity. I don't care how many years you've been married. Do y'all like each other? Are you happy? Are y'all honest with one another? Are you kind to one another? The way Kirk be over there still playing in Rasheeda's face to this fucking day on the last episode of Love and Hip Hop, talking about, is there a woman that comes in to help you ejaculate into a cup when Carly and her little gay husband was talking about the IVF process? Yeah, no, he's still over there trying to fuck with Jasmine. Why do you still want control over Jasmine? Because you still want to have access to Jasmine. And if it had not been told what you was doing, if Rod had not come into the picture, Jasmine would probably still be over there in the apartment you was paying for.
And actually getting through it. And that's partnership right there. That's work.
And that's not really getting through it. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's called, I'm going to just let this nigga do whatever he want to do because I've decided I'm not going to leave. That's what that is. That's not perseverance. But let Rasheeda and Kirk tell you that they know they ain't got no perfect marriage. They know they over there on bullshit.
How long in the relationship?
So you were serious when you said that, Jess. That's embarrassing.
Before we stop sending our representative out. Is it a month? Is it 6 months? Is it a year? Because we know we got to send the representative.
Damn right. Look, what you see is what you get now. Earlier on, look, I used to talk different when I used to be like, yeah, like, so, like, what do you think?
She do that in her skits too.
No, I've always listened to that song. Like, and then that would be my representative for the first 30 days. Then I'd be like, what you talking about? Like, what you mean? Okay, no, I never said that. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, yes.
Yo, and then by the time the 30 days, the representative is gone, they already in love with me. So boom.
But
you know what I mean?
You got it.
But yeah.
But you followed the false pretenses.
That's right. That's why I had to stop doing that.
That's how men work. That's how men work. He was just saying that that's what they do. And this is how you can also identify how male identified Jess is.
I had to stop doing that. That ain't good for nobody. Don't send a representative. What you see is what you get. They're gonna love you for you, or they not, and that's how you know.
Would you ever be in a situation where you would go at it with your baby's father?
I would never do that. Now, I never did that.
Right.
No, me and Rome, we done had our days, our arguments. You know, my son's father. I've never gone back and forth with him online.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no, never ever want to do that. Because at the end of the day, it's still us.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, we still got this child, you know? So I got to deal with you, you know, offset.
Yeah. That's what she said, y'all. Let's see. A lot of this shit I don't feel like getting into. Little Musty, Little Meech Musty, Summer Walker beef. She received them. He always apologizing for sexualizing somebody on the show, which to me is a manipulation also. Like, you know, women like to be perceived as attractive, even if it's by an unattractive man. You telling them, I'm so sorry, I was talking about how fine you are. It is a way to like liken them to you, if you ask me.